Welcome everyone. Today we are going to do a reading to see what the rest of 2021, a 5 universal year, has in store for us. What is it, what do we need to finish up within this time period? Yesterday I just did a reading on what to expect for 2022, which is a universal 6 year. Great year, I feel. But 5, let's talk about what the 5 personal year. We know it's about change, right? 5 is really the energy of instability, let's say. Change is the key, and pushing boundaries. This is what this year has asked from us: exploration, new ideas, and doing it with an adventurous and fearless soul, a fearless spirit. That's really what we're learning this year. So because we did next year, I thought, well, it only makes sense to see what energy would serve us best to finish out this year. So let's go ahead and begin. Doesn't matter what your sign is. This is more about numerology, and I will be putting out a whole series with your personal number within a universal year 6. So look forward to them. I'm getting through them, but I'll have them up before the end of the year for sure. But let's get into this year. What do we need to know for the remainder of 2021 in this universal year 5? We're going to go ahead and use the Archangel Raphael Oracle again with our Mother Mary, and then we'll bring Tarot in. So let's go ahead and begin. Again, don't worry about your signs. Massage. And if you're interested interested in learning more about your personal year within a universal year, maybe I'll put something, I'll link something underneath the video that you can figure out your personal year. A universal year, all you're doing is adding up the year. So 2021, 221 would be 5. Next year, 222. And it is about relationships next year, marriages, all that. But maybe there's some things that we need to clear first. Okay, so we got massage from Archangel Raphael. I'll take that. Dear Archangel Raphael, please help me know that I deserve to receive massages and other self-care treatments. I don't know if I've ever pulled that card. Saying to take care of you, right? Find ways to relax. Find ways to relieve stress. Okay, let's give this a cut. We will read these cards from the book at the end of the reading. It's truly where they're the most profound. They blow me away every time. Every single time. Okay. Wow, I like that. Joy. Joy. I enjoy this moment. Oh, by enjoying this moment, I am giving thanks to God for my life. Joy. That's extracting the joy even amongst the chaos. Number 3, it reminds me of the 3 of Cups. So let's use the Tarot of Dreams. Give them a shuffle or two. Again, pre-shuffled already, but I like to pick up your energy. Again, I don't want you to worry about what sign you are. I feel like I pick up on really many of your energies, no matter what sign you are, no matter what sign I'm doing. All right, let's see. What is the remainder of 2021 asking of us? What would it be best to know. We have the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is in reverse. We'll take that. You know, Seven of Wands is, first of all, it can be ego energy. But it's the energy of feeling like I need to defend myself. This is in reverse, so I feel like, you know, like I'm not even surrounding myself with that type of energy anymore where I even need to do that, right? Like I'm not fighting the fights that aren't worth it. We have the Five of Pentacles. Number 5. We have the Four of Cups. We have the World. Clearly, that is 2026, 2026, 2022, 2026. Wow. We have the Eight of Wands coming under that Seven of Wands. We have the Queen of Pentacles, can be a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. She's looking right at that Eight of Wands like, come on, baby. I want something to move here. You know, what I think about it, bring about. We have the Page of Cups. And then we have the Sun. And the Sun is coming right under the World. And we got this in the reading for 2026, the World and the Sun in the same reading. So, you know, the Sun, first of all, is the energy of feeling good. It's your inner child. It is adventurous. Everything is illuminated when the sun is out. So, you know, there's nobody can hide in this energy, including myself. You know, like all cracks are revealed. But I don't feel like it's talking about, you know, that's what's happening in 2026. I feel like what it's saying, why do I keep saying 2026? That's interesting. What would that be? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That would be a 1. I don't know why I keep saying that. But anyways, I love that the sun is connected to the world. So this tells me that this is, for many, it's going to be probably a joyous time. I feel like it's going to be a much more stabilizing time. This is a great energy of bringing out the inner child, even creating from that energy. Okay, so let's go back up to the beginning. So we have the Seven of Wands. It's almost like, you know, it's not worth the fight. I'm just going to take my chances in something. The Five of Pentacles says, you know, something may have forced your hand, and that can certainly be the case. I know a lot of people's hands were forced in 2021. But the Four of Cups next to that says, you know, sometimes these tower moments happen. And you like, the more you can learn to work through them and move through them, the better off you are. I feel like someone may have been fighting for something even in the home or for a home, and maybe there's just something better waiting. I often feel the Four of Cups is like inactive energy. It's more like I'm in my dream state. Some of you could certainly be dreaming of an earlier time. I felt in 2026 a lot of people are like, you know, moving back home or moving to an area where they have happy memories. I feel like that's what the page is talking about. Let's go ahead and take 4 more. And then we'll see what's on the bottom of the deck, which will be the underlying energy. So I in no way feel like this year has been easy for many of us. And the reason being is I feel like there's many things that we, like the sun illuminated to us. You know, our hardships, what's keeping us stuck. What are we fighting for that maybe is not worth the fight? And when I say that, it's because I always feel like there's something better waiting. But at that moment, I'm not feeling that. You know, the Five of Pentacles talks about you becoming the spirit warrior. And it is through the hardships, right? It's through your hardships where you, I feel, often gain the most wisdom. I feel like with this Queen of Pentacles right below that, this may be something that she or he wants to bring to the table, like a creative path, but it definitely has to do with your finances at the same time. So what I bring about, the Queen understands that. She's looking right at that, and I feel like that's exactly what she's bringing to herself after a difficult time. Well, there is the Three of Cups. And, Three Cups gives you reason to celebrate. Something to celebrate. It's a beautiful energy of collaboration. This is also energy of trusting in your friends. Asking, like, don't be afraid to ask friends for help if you feel like you need help. I feel like really a lot of you are, you have been through the ringer, and I feel like you are coming out the other side. I also feel like you're truly realizing like what's worth the fight and what's not worth the fight. If it's not worth the fight, then I'm moving on. We have the King of Cups. He showed up in our 2022 reading. King Cups can be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, coming right under the Queen of Pentacles. This can talk about two people coming together, because celebration is right there with it. This King and Queen are after the 5. We have the Devil, card of Capricorn. We have the 5 of Cups. And then we have the 7 of Pentacles. Look at this, with the Ace of Wands. To me this means a lot of things are going on in my life were really meant to. They're either meant to help move me forward, even if I don't feel I'm ready, because I feel like in the 5 of Pentacles we don't really have a choice of the matter. It can be the energy of feeling thrown out in the cold, but yet even if that's the case, I know many are having problems like with homes. I know one of you are homeless, and you're in my prayers. All of you are in my prayers, because I want you to have all that you deserve in this lifetime. So 5 of Pentacles are just, I don't really have a choice in the matter. But I also feel like it's saying you do need to put some energy towards what it is you would like to see for this next chapter in your life. There's nothing to fear with the 7 of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands here. The Ace of Wands is action. Number 1, passion. Action in what? In your desires. It is the energy of being adventurous, right? So in these last couple months, there may be, something that you're feeling that you want to end because you want to begin something new. Don't forget, it's about your ideas and then putting them into action. Maybe you've been sitting on them for a while, and now is the time. 7 of Pentacles teaches us patience. That's the first thing it teaches us, is patience. So that our seed of intention, our soul seed of intention, can come to fruition fully ripened, right? We don't want to pick this seed before it's time because, it's sour. So I love this. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. Well, hello, 9 of Pentacles. I know many of you have traveled through this energy of the 9 of Pentacles, bringing something to the world of your own making. Many of you taking that final step and becoming your own boss. This is the energy of success, right? But I have to focus upon it at the same time. This is all of your desires and dreams. You know, I often feel like I am the boss in this energy, or I am the owner, um, and therefore I have to put the work in, but therefore the rewards also come back to me, right? Come back to me, maybe not split all through a company. So I do feel like many of you have moved through the elements of, you know, losing jobs, not sure what to do, and then you probably received epiphanies, ideas. You either moved on them, or you didn't move on them. If you didn't, you still have time, right? If you worry that something won't work out in your favor, this is saying if you focus on it, you will have success. This is the energy of success. And I often feel when I see the Queen of Pentacles, I often feel her as like a business owner, as the leader of a company, that type of thing. Wise, grounded, but ready to move at the same time, right? Ready to move into action. There's no reason. Listen, for some of you, you may have become single mothers or single fathers, or you've been that and you are taking care of the family. Um, but again, I feel like nothing to fear for 2021. Well, and then I look down here, I see the devil next to the Five of Cups. Some of you that could have certainly been connected to a Capricorn, and um, your energy may have felt like almost stuck in that, and you know, like it doesn't have to be a Capricorn, but I can certainly relate to. Um, I feel like someone in their earlier days, let's say, may have had certain temptations, certain elements in their life that were working against them, yet kept getting pulled into them. I feel like if this is talking about a relationship that was, it could certainly mean that, you know, one stayed within the dark while the other wanted to start seeking the light. And, you know, the paths were a little different. Sometimes relationships don't last because we do change, right? And, you know, if we're seeking a higher vibration, but the other person's not, well, they kind of don't fit into the next chapter. Now, as I say that, I feel like someone also, I don't know, like, does this person overcome their temptations? It almost feels like they don't. But as I say that, I feel like it has to not be your problem. Now, if it's a child, I get it. How can it not be your problem, right? But at the same time, everyone's experiences are their own, and important that they have them, right? If someone is doing something, let's say in the dark, it is going to be up to them to seek the light, and then they will find the light, but they have to seek it first. So I feel like maybe I've given someone a lot of time to make those changes, but I don't feel at this point that the changes are made. Okay, let's bring in the Gilder Tarot and let's go right over this. Let's go a little deeper. And remember, we're looking at the rest of 2021. We got what, 2 months? I feel like things that maybe in the beginning of the year have been pushing us to change, if we were resistant to it, it's almost like now it's kind of forcing our hand. But if it is forcing your hand, I feel like the universe is also backing you up with ideas, with epiphanies, putting you on the right path. You know, from the Five of Pentacles, again, change, right? This person not, you know, wasn't maybe looking forward to the change, but it comes anyways. You move to the 6 next, which is the universal year, but also it's a time when what you're learning, first of all, you're starting to move into a much more type of energy where you will meet more and more soulmates. Now, doesn't always mean romantic, and very seldom. I mean, it does mean romantic, but it also means in all different facets of your life. Soulmates who just come in for a minute to help turn your head to go a different direction. A soulmate that comes in to just kind of activates your heart center, makes you start to think, man, I'm not happy. Like, I'm not happy and I want to be happy. So, soulmates are, we're in each other's lives for many different reasons. Okay. Let's start at the beginning. I know a lot of you have a lot of business ideas. I know that. I see it in your comments. I feel it in these readings. These are general readings, but to me, I feel like I'm reading for my big circle of family. We have the Four of Pentacles coming over the Seven of Wands in reverse. We have the Five of Cups. Look at that, 2 5s. Five of Pentacles, 5 of Cups. They're the hardest 5s in the Tarot. 5 of Cups is what I want to look at in this energy, because both say change, right? Change is about to happen. Change is going to happen. Allow change to happen. So then the 5 of Cups is the energy of really where I'm looking at my emotional life, and I am feeling a little sorry for myself. Not that you probably have every reason, but this is energy we still don't want to get stuck in, right? This can talk about someone of the past that you miss. But really what the 5 of Cups talks about is when I allow myself to leave that energy, there's still 2 cups on your path. There's still 2 cups on your path. And I kind of like this coming over the 5 of Pentacles, even though that's very difficult energy with them together. I still feel it's moving you in place. How do you know if this is for you? If, let's say, you're in a current relationship, or let's say there's someone that you wish you were, but nothing's happening with it. This is saying then it's time, it's not worth the fight anymore. Know when it's time to give up the battle. We have the Sun. Double Leo, by the way, on the board. Look at this. We have the Star, card of Aquarius. But this is about your hopes, your dreams, your wishes coming right over the world, which to me, no doubt, is 2022. The Sun illuminating, your house of dreams and wishes coming true. This isn't just about, oh, I have these dreams. This is about action within it, illumination over it. We have the Hangman coming over that 8 of Wands. Interesting, right? Because 8 of Wands is fast-moving energy, but the Hangman is a stall on that energy. Doesn't have to be a bad thing, because the Hangman, I feel like, the Hangman's seeking wisdom of his next step, of her next step. Seeking, is it time to move? Is it not time to move? Queen of Pentacles definitely wants to know this. Like, should I put something into action? Is it the right time, or should I wait? I don't feel like there's any more waiting. Particularly because I know that you were given, again, ideas, epiphanies, feelings this year that are helping were meant to help move you really into a new you. You know, we're always shedding our skin. We have the Five of Wands. Look at that. 555. 555. This is the energy. First of all, I do feel in the Five of Wands that it's very much like energy. The problem is in this energy is maybe because they're so alike, when they battle, there really is no victory. There cannot be a victory because no one wants to back down in that energy. And I feel like, you know, if I'm leaving someone or if I'm leaving the idea of being with someone, it feels like, I almost feel like for some of you, like, why would I want to continue in this type of energy? It's bringing a lot of harshness into your life. It feels like it's bringing sadness into your life, but it doesn't have to be that way. It just doesn't have to be that way. You know, and this Queen of Pentacles, listen, as she evolves, as she goes through these difficult lessons, she is seeking the wisdom from the experience. And I know many of you have overcome and now are helping others in different formats, in the healing modalities, many. Like in Tarot and Reiki and all different kinds of things. I notice many of you are doing, right? Many of you have taken that chance this year and started your channel or started advertising something that you yourself can create. Or you can be representing someone else in the same breath. But I can see with all these fives here how it can feel a little like trudging through mud. Someone could be daydreaming about someone that they knew long ago. I think we had that in 2022's reading where it was talking about for some that they're, you know, it's not, six normally isn't a number where people are coming back into our lives. But what I felt is many are cutting ties with current relationships or, you know, those that aren't fulfilling them. And in the long run, I feel like, because to me, it felt completely unexpected where someone of my past comes in. Now, this could be someone I knew as a child. Let's see. We have the King of Wands. Can be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. A lot of fire right there. And we have the Four of Cups, again, over the sun and the world now. Let me bring this down a little bit. The Four of Cups is coming right under the star. So, you know, Four of Cups is where I'm dreaming about it. I'm daydreaming about it. I want to bring this couple fulfillment to me, but there's very little action into it. The sun, I feel like, shows you the way. You know, illuminates the way to your dreams, to what it is you want. Sometimes you have to start at the very beginning, but that's got to be okay. Definitely, because especially with the Ace, right? This is something passionate that's entering into your life. It is of your hopes, your dreams, your wishes. It's being completely illuminated. You know, it's interesting because the Four of Cups here has the sun on it. And the sun here has the Four of Cups on it. It's almost like we're flipping energy. I feel like this is saying, if you're still daydreaming about a wish that you have that you'd like to bring to the world, with this Nine of Pentacles here, with this Seven of Pentacles, and this Ace of Wands, it is time. Like, don't give yourself excuses. Be adventurous in it, right? I can see it. I think about it, but maybe I just haven't taken action. 2026 is saying, oh, there I go, 2026 again, 2022. Now, what you've learned from this year, you will now be putting into action for next year. I think this reading is also telling you, for some, that you have been thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it and dreaming about it, but now, the ace, when an ace shows up, I feel like it's a blessing, but your action, you must walk into it, right? You must accept that ace. All right, we have the Three of Swords coming over the Three of Cups. We have the King of Pentacles coming over the King of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Two of Swords. Okay, let's stop. Well, let's get our last card out. So Three of Cups isn't feeling so joyous all of a sudden with the Three of Swords over there. And I feel like that's tying back to someone who maybe you couldn't trust, maybe party too much for your liking, that type of thing. Definitely caused some heartache. We have the Three of Wands. So definitely could have caused, some heartache. This heartache is what or I should say, the Hangman is in Hangman mode due to this Three of Swords. I feel like it's like there's someone that maybe I wish I could be with, but for whatever reason, it's just not working out. It's just not, you're not being fulfilled. Even worse than that, it's keeping you in the energy of heartache. And I feel because of that, it starts to accumulate into fear. And I'm saying that because now I have the Two of Swords, right? And the Two of Swords, really, it's like I'm blocking myself from making a decision, mainly because I'm not sure what's going to happen. Right? It's a little bit of fear factor of the unknown. But the Three of Wands right next to that says, move into it anyway. Trust the energy. Trust the flow of the universe. Trust your faith system, right? Not all loves are going to work out. It's just the way it is, right? Some people are going to break our hearts. And I feel like, and I almost feel like this, I felt this in our other reading, that, again, there's someone who, with all these cups around them, I almost feel like they have a drinking problem. And maybe it had been for a long time, or maybe they are like very flirty and it hurts your heart to see them do that. Right? Like, it's like they can give their attention outward, but to you, you're not getting what you deserve. All of that. And I feel like, we can't force people to change because we want them to change, right? They have to want that change. Our job, I think, is, listen, I don't feel like we wait around. I feel like we have been waiting around and it hasn't gotten us anywhere. Quite the opposite. It's probably taken us down further and further and further. But at the same breath, I want to say this year is the year where I feel like you've really been thinking about that. You've been evaluating that. You've been learning that, I'm not going to sit here and wait for someone. If someone doesn't want me, fine. Then someone else will. And that's the truth. Someone else will. You got to believe that. You got to believe that with all your heart, especially with the star coming over the world and the sun underneath that. That is beautiful. And the sun beside it. I mean, if you're like, Sandy, I don't know what my dream is. Well, the sun's saying, I'm going to illuminate it to you. I'm going to put this feeling in you. I'm going to I'm going to attract you to certain knowledge, and you're going to want to learn more and more and more. And the next thing you know, you're on a whole new course. Trust in that energy. Some of us, listen, love wasn't the energy for a year 5, right? It was more about our pentacles and becoming independent. You know, Nine of Pentacles is a very independent energy, and it's the underlying energy. So I feel like many of us have learned and are still learning how to become independent, how not to be codependent on someone else. So I feel like that is a major lesson for this year. You know, being proactive in one's own life. If you're not going to, like, if you're going to battle with me to be with me because I want to be with you, but I have to battle you for that, then they're not your person, not at this time. So all these 5s, you know, and they're all the difficult 5s, you know, the 5 of Cups, stuck in my emotional house to the point where I gotta worry because I can get in the energy of woe is me. And when I get in the energy of woe is me, often there's not much movement. It takes a lot to move someone out of that. If you just believe that there's 2 cups still that have yet to be found, and I feel like you're going to find them next year. Again, only 2 months away, guys. And then the 5 of Pentacles, right? This is where I'm really learning how to be a spirit warrior, how to move through the hardness, the hardship. And you start to learn that it doesn't last long if I'm proactive, right? Proactive for myself. I feel like some of you, again, lost jobs, and I'm sure it's devastating at the time. And then you turn around and you start building something for yourself. You become your own boss. You have the opportunity to become truly successful with your own creativity. And when I say creativity, it can be, what I mean is like your own thoughts, your own ideas, your own dreams, what it is that you want to bring to the table. This is the time, right? It's time to eliminate what's not fitting in your life. That's what all these 5s are talking about. Some things are not worth the battle. So don't fight that battle. Instead, start thinking, okay, where do I want to take my life next? That's what this queen is doing down here. Right? She's looking at that 8 of Wands. What I think about, I bring about. But in the same breath, she's being careful because she's seeking the wisdom of her next step at the same time. We have, what do we have? We have 2 kings and a queen and a page as it would relate to people. I think that's all I see. So what I want to do, we have the queen and the king who are touching each other. So what I want to do is I want to look at them, just these 2, just the queen and king of pentacles. Again, doesn't matter. You don't have to be earth. It just means, you know, hopefully 2 people who are grounded, 2 people who may be on a same, like, particular path as it relates to their finances, to their, what's the word I want to say? You know, both have the same type of interest. But let's see why they're together here. We have the Knight of Swords. We have the Queen of Wands. She's our intuitive queen. We have the 10 of Cups. We have the Queen, again, of Pentacles. So we know that she's connected to that 10. We have the 7 of Pentacles. And then we have the 8 of Cups. Okay. Right off the bat, I want to say this Queen is attached to this 10 of Cups. Though there's some uncertainty below it. Can I really have it? That's probably what someone is thinking. Can I really have Can I really find my Ten of Cups? I feel like if you're proactive in it, yes. Um, I love that the Eight of Cups came out because I feel like this is a very important action for the remainder of the year, and that is looking within my emotional house and getting it in order. Eights talk about new beginnings, allowing yourself to have a new beginning. You know, the Eight Cups that are knocked over, I don't want to regret them because I probably learned a lot from them, but I don't want to stay in them any long either. I feel like you are meant to move out of it. Now, I also feel this could certainly talk about this king or this queen coming into contact, some type of communication. And I feel like if this is you, I feel like in your gut, you kind of feel it. Like you kind of feel it. Again, we have the energy of potentially someone from a younger time period in your life. Now, listen, it doesn't have to be a lover. Could have been a friend, could have been an acquaintance, but it is someone when you think about, it brings more happy memories to the surface. So I don't know. I kind of feel like, again, like this, for some of you, like this is a reconnection. And again, didn't have to start in love. It could be love of a friend. But I feel like now it's potentially moving into that energy of the Ten of Cups. So let's remember, we're only looking at the Queen and the King here of Pentacles. And I'm looking at them because they're like-minded energy. So I feel like definitely some type of communication, whether that be, social media, telephone. Um, and, and then I feel like for some of you who connect with that energy, you may be the one who is also connecting right now to someone who is not. Listen, I feel like they're not trying to overcome their own woes, their own temptations, their own addictions, that type of thing, their own actions. Like they're still stuck in that energy, and I feel like there's not much you can do about it. And honestly, I feel like if you got to fight for it, maybe some things are worth fighting for, but this feels beyond that. Like I'm fighting for something that doesn't even feel good for me anyway. So I feel like this king, this other king or queen, will because again we're talking next year about relationships. A universal year 6 sees more marriages than any other year. Any other year. So some of you may be reconnecting with someone. Listen, it can start slow, and that's fine. You're right. In a way, we kind of wanted to start slow. But I feel like, just like I felt with the reading for 2022, that some of you may end up like planning a marriage. The Ten of Cups is the family unit. And this is a strong family unit. This is a unit of, of harmony, laughter, and joy. We have joy. All that. The Queen of Pentacles coming next to that is a very grounded energy within the emotional house. Seven of Pentacles tells me that I can trust that what's meant for me will come in. If it's not meant for me, you're going to know it. How are you going to know it? You got to feel it. You're going to feel it in your gut, right? Don't second guess that. No need to. The sun, just like in the other reading, the sun is everywhere. Everything's being illuminated. The problem is, do we fight against it or not? Sometimes the universe is just taking something out of our life and it feels harsh. But the promise is something better is coming along. I know that with the star over the world, the next chapter, the next portal. The sun is all around it. There is nothing to fear. This is when you have the sun at your back, the warmth of the sun, the protection of the sun. So, okay. All right, so that's that king and queen. Now, let's pick this up and let's look at, let's even pick him up. Let's pick all these up. Okay, we'll leave that there. I can't pick it up. Now I'm going to look at the Queen and King, Queen of Pentacles with the King of Cups. We have the Eight of Swords. We have the Devil again. We have the Eight of Pentacles. And then we have the Five of Pentacles. You know, and that's exactly what I felt with this couple. Again, doesn't have to be water and earth. But maybe it's even the difference of energy. So I feel like, you know, this queen is looking at that Eight of Wands. Wants movement, right? But that doesn't mean it's easy. With the Eight of Swords coming over that, you know, it's difficult. You know, this king has caused me to put up armor. I'm fearful of, you know, what if I just run into the same energy again? Well, you won't if you understand it and you clear it. I feel like this king almost cannot help himself, and I feel like it doesn't matter who he's with or she. There's just some kind of grip on this person that is stronger than you and I. It's between this person and their God, right? It's this person's challenge and nobody else's challenge. Like nobody else can really move this person into, let's just say, the light. He or she's got to do it themselves. Now, I want to tell you, I feel like some of you also have been with the energy of like a narcissist. And I feel like you have learned a lot. And I wouldn't be surprised if you then turn around and use that energy to create something of your own, to help others in that situation. Because here you are with your head down, concentrating on you, concentrating on your work. We already know that if you do that, you're going to have success. But it is talking about the towers in your life. But I feel like it's really about how you've overcome. How you've overcome. And you know, again, I feel like maybe I gave someone like so much, but they just are not able to give it back. And I feel like don't fight that fight, because if they're unable, and you got to know that, right? You got to face that. And you may feel like, oh, but it's the love of my life. Well, then continue on with your life. And when this person decides to make the changes that are necessary to be worthy of you, then we'll see then, right? But at this point, I definitely feel like some of you have been with narcissists, and it's like I'm writing a book about it. I'm writing my experiences. I'm telling my experiences. I'm helping others who, you know, here is the Five of Pentacles. Well, you had that way back here. But now it's like you're using it to your advantage, which is exactly what I feel like you're meant to do. So, you know, I guess we can't get them all to love us, but you know, it's like I want them to, but in the same breath, I feel like I've had enough. This is the year to say I've had enough. This is the year, right? Because if you are accepting something that is not fulfilling you, are you not then putting a block on you to what can come in and fulfill you? I feel like this is a time to be selfish, to think about you, to think about what you want to create, even if it's just the beginning of it. You know, the Eight of Pentacles talks about going into something as the apprentice. But if you stick with it, you ultimately become the master teacher. And we have it. We have it. We have it. It's almost like the universe is using your experience to help others. But you've got to be on board, right? So, anyway, I feel like bye-bye to that king. That king is not serving you. That king is causing you heartache. That king is not going to change anytime soon. I feel like he was in our reading for 2022. Definitely check that out. And I want to see like the synchronicities, but I feel it. Okay, so no to that king. All right, what I want to do, guys, before I end this reading, because I don't feel like it's done yet, is I just want to pick up these cards. And I want to do one more spread. I do want to remind you of this also, though. This is your seed of intention. That's what the Seven of Pentacles is about. I feel like some of these are the intentions that our soul set before it came down to this earth. Here is the ace, the ability, the action, the desire. I feel like it's something where I've had patience. Maybe it's because I've been learning about it, and now 2022, action. All right, let's bring up the light seers. And let's just do a quick spread to take us up to the changing of the year. Anything else that I may have missed? Temperance, divine timing, divine order, card of Sagittarius. Let's give him a cut. We got to know where we've been to know where we're going. We got to understand why we were there. What put us there? What kept us there? How did it serve us? How did it not serve us? We have the Two of Wands. Excellent. This is you saying yes. Yes to the next adventure. She's got a globe. She's got the map. She's got her wand. She's looking out. Like, no limitations here. This is the change is in the atmosphere. Maybe it hasn't quite hit us. Maybe I haven't quite walked through that door yet. But here is the energy of it. Many of you feeling that passion towards something. Hello, Ace of Cups. So, can I just say the Ace of Cups seems to exist in the next chapter? We have the Three of Swords. Interesting. Interesting time to come out. Three of Swords. Why? We have the Nine of Pentacles. Clearly this could just be saying that we've had a tough year in love. Not everyone. But it may have been difficult, And I feel like, again, this was the year that, what is not good for you is illuminated. And if change isn't taken, then it's illuminated even more. And then change still isn't taken. It's like, I think if like, like a tower comes in or let's just say signs come in that something isn't right? A change is needed, but we ignore it. Well, a bigger sign comes in like, boom, hey, change is needed. This isn't your soul's intention, but I still ignore it. Boom. And then a tower comes. So it's almost like the tower does give us opportunity or before the Tower comes in. It's like, you know, our guides are sending us signs, or divine is sending us signs. Are we accepting them or are we not? This is definitely also the energy of doing something that you love, no matter what anybody else thinks about it. You could have gotten like bad advice, something you want to do, and people around you are like, oh, that'll never work, but they don't know your world in that way. We have the Death card, card of Scorpio. But this is the card of endings, so that a rebirth can take place. Closing doors, but being excited about whatever the next door might be. Well, she's looking at the Ace of Cups. And this can be a love. You may find next year that you are so in love with what you do and what it brings back to you. And I don't always mean money. I mean like what I do. You know, I make very little money, very little. I can barely survive. But why do I keep doing it? Because I love being part of this family we've created. I love seeing you evolve, me evolve, right? It's like more than money. You know, it's better than money, even though we all need money. We have the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is back, right under that Ace of Cups. So I feel like the last spread was telling us the truth. We have the Nine of Cups. Beautiful. Coming under that Three of Swords. Goodbye, heartache. Hello, sunshine. And then we have the Knight of Wands. I mean, a risk taker. The Knight of Wands is very, how do I want to say, like, not free loving. I don't think that's a word. Maybe free loving, but very outgoing, very passion driven. You know, I can certainly make mistakes, but I'll learn from those mistakes. When you see a knight also, you want to remember that each knight is meant to bring you something. This knight brings you desire, brings you passion, brings you fire, coming right under your House of Pentacles, what you're building for yourself. Look what comes with it, though, is the Nine of Cups. So again, I feel like, you know, I know it's easier said than done, but it's like the heartache of the changes that has happened or are happening. Yes, they can be difficult and we can be uncertain of why. But as time moves along, if you're in tuned with yourself and the universe, you see the patterns. You know, when I see a nine, I think of the pattern. I think of the journey right before that and the learning from that and then the building from that. This Three of Swords does not want to follow you into the next year. Quite the opposite. You know, again, a nine, two nines here. So reflection over, right? Nines are about reflecting over the past. We already had the Eight of Cups. That was reflecting over my emotional house, so I can just get it in order and not be so drawn into it. This is success in that area. Here is this King of Pentacles again, right under that Ace of Cups. I think, okay, well, the two swords on the bottom of the deck, but I really wasn't going to look. Let's just take the Cosmic Tarot over these, because we have this King back again. Let's think about the King of Pentacles in the upright. This is really our most loyal king in the upright. This is our grounded king. This is a king who normally is very wise, right? Book smart. Yeah, I often feel him as like the professor. But he also may be bringing you some type of opportunity to do something within your material world. So let's see. Okay, well, they all came in reverse. We have the Six of Swords. We have the Emperor. And then we have the Seven of Swords. Okay. So, I also felt this in your 2022 reading, where for some of you, there could have been a boss. Someone who was, you know, this Emperor is carrying the energy of the Seven of Swords, the untrustworthy energy, the thief in the night. Even though it is reversed, right? Seven is also a number of spirituality. So often, who's ever next to that, you know, their job, they may have a life path number 7, or in a personal year, probably more of a life path 7 though. Because this is an energy where what I'm trying to do is figure out my spirituality. I feel like also though, here's this Emperor in reverse, coming over this Ace of Cups, but then here's this King of Pentacles who's like, I'll take that ace, right? If you the Emperor are not going to use that ace, then I will take it. I want it. I want to use it. Because remember, this king's coming after a rebirth. Bosses, all that. I feel like, you know, jobs that have been lost, but then what do I find in the long run? I find a path that I just love. Doesn't mean it's not hard work. Nine of Pentacles is hard work, but you reap the rewards of your hard work. And I'm just kind of going over this quickly. Look at that way. The Nine of Pentacles now in reverse, coming over the Nine of Pentacles in the upright. You know, I feel like it's just saying, if there's someone who is blocking your opportunity for success, in whichever way it is, or again, if like, you know, the Tower came and I lost my job, or someone is stealing your ideas, stealing, you know, your work and putting like their own name on it. And I had that in the reading for 2022. And I like that this is all in reverse. So I feel like it's saying, I don't have to take this energy into the next year. This is clearing of that energy. I feel like, you know, we saw that Two of Swords on the bottom of the deck. So I feel like some have been in that mode of, should I or shouldn't I? Should I start my own thing, or do I stick with, you know, that 9 to 5 paycheck? Now, I don't want anybody to quit their jobs. I feel like unless that's what you want, unless that is your true desire, I feel like chase your desire. Even if you still have to work and then you do it, you know, on the side, I feel like it will grow. I know it will grow. I know it will grow. Someone may have told you the opposite. You know, like I go and talk to a boss and be like, hey, you keep taking my ideas and I'm not getting anything from it, right? I'm not getting a raise. You are, but I'm not. And, you know, and them just not caring. So then you decide, well, I'm going to take my wisdom and I'm going to start my own baby. We have the Prince of Wands. Action. Here's Temperance. Temperance made its way out. I don't even know. This is in a different deck, right? Temperance, divine timing. Coming over this King and the Ace of Cups. Prince of Swords. I feel like, listen, I feel like many of you have found your voice. You're finding your voice. If you haven't found your voice, this is the year to find it. This is the year to stick up for yourself. This is the year to chase, you know, to eliminate what's not going to allow you to have truly the success that you want to have in your life, whether that be in love or in money or just in everything. Temperance says, you know, if you keep your eye to the sky, that's all you have to do, right? You keep your intention positive, and you keep, you know, you believe that you can have what it is that you want. Temperance says it will show, but leave go of control of it. Many times it comes in a completely different package than what we expected. You know, many times we find ourselves doing like a business that, you know, if you look back 10 years, you would never have thought that this is what you would be doing. Many of you are finding your voice, you're finding your uniqueness, you're cutting out what does no longer serve you. You're trusting in divine, and you're trusting in divine timing. You know, this King of Pentacles making its way out into the second deck and connecting itself directly to this Ace of Cups, coming after death, right, into rebirth. So part of the next chapter is what I'm trying to say. If I'm willing to close the door to what was. This can be someone that, again, that you knew at a younger time, but it can also be someone who's brand new. And I feel like we got to let go of control of that. Because if I have my intention on, I want to live my best life, well, then that is what will come back to you. Like Prince of Wands is saying, be willing to take chances on yourself. Be willing to take chances. And then last but not least, we have Judgment. And that is about the present moment. That is a call to attention for the present moment, coming right over that Nine of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands. So I feel like success potentially is, how do I want to say this? I feel like if you are feeling a calling towards something, and you move into it, I feel like success will be yours, especially next year. Now, if you don't move into it, what does that create? It just creates more mud that you got to trudge through. You know, that's why Temperance comes out and says, let go of control, keep your intentions forward thinking, forward moving, and let us do the rest, right? If you're willing to put in the work, success will be yours. Some of you are definitely connecting spiritually too to what it is that you're doing. And it's like your spiritual team wants you to know, yes, you are definitely on the right path. Okay, I just want to look, before I go, at these two nines. We have the Princess of Swords, and then look at that, we have the Ace of Wands again. So, you know, honestly, I just feel like it's a lot of people trying to find their uniqueness in the world. This year is pushing you towards it. You can certainly resist against it, but it's still going to push until maybe, you know, if it has to do with a creative idea, it can get buried, right? But it's not supposed to. It's not supposed to. You know, the importance of your own uniqueness and what you can bring to the table and your voice and your experience. Especially, I feel like some, again, like I definitely feel someone's writing a book or speaking about being around narcissistic type of energy and how to survive, or how to get out, how to get away, how to become successful after the fact. All of that. Ace of Wands, definitely a beautiful time of epiphanies, and passion, and action. It's action, definitely about action. So your voice seems to be the most important thing for the rest of this year. I feel like it's just time to clear away all that is no longer serving you so that you can be ready and you can be open. That's the main thing. You've got to be open to it. Like I feel like doing the Superman pose. I don't know if you know, it's when you stand up and you stretch your arms out and your chest comes wide open and you're open to receiving from the universe, and the universe responds back. Your spiritual team is right there with you. Right there with you. Oh, it's like, what is this? So, I think I'm going to leave it there. We had a ton of fives. So, we got to look at the fives as that's where the change is needed to better serve us and to move us on a path of success and love. Sometimes, sometimes we're meant to work on our own pentacles first. Why? So that we can find true independence within ourselves. That's when you feel really grounded, when you then move into a loving relationship. I feel nothing but good, nothing but love for this king. And I feel like this king will feel nothing but love for you. Temperance or divine has their hand in it. So it's kind of like letting go of control of how something has to show. I'm busy over here creating my success, and then I feel like whatever will follow will follow. I feel like next year is going to be a fantastic year. It doesn't mean there won't be challenges. There will be. But I feel like we're learning how to get through these challenges. It's like looking the devil in the eyes instead of fearing the devil, right? You have power over the darkness. You have power over the darkness. You just need to know that and then use it, right? And the devil can be that self-doubt. You have power over. Remember that. Okay, let's read our Archangel Raphael card, Massage. I could go for a massage right now. The health benefits of massage are well documented, and this card is a signal that you need to schedule one right away. In addition to flushing out toxins, its relaxation benefits are highly curative. Think of a massage as an investment in your good health and well-being. While you're receiving one, invite Archangel Raphael to work with your massage therapist. Ask Raphael to lift toxic energy from within and around you. And don't be surprised if you or your massage therapist see sparkling emerald green lights, which is the radiant calling card of Raphael's presence. Wow. Okay. Maybe some of you are becoming a massage therapist. All right, let's read joy. Joy to the world. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Joy, right next to Jesus. Mother Mary guides you to enjoy this moment and the next, regardless of what you're experiencing. As you cultivate the ability to find joy in your present, you pull to you more reasons to be joyful. In every situation, you have opportunities to find blessings. Your happiness inspires others to transform their own sorrow into bliss. And I know that's what some of you are doing there. You can resolve your current question and situation by choosing the path of joy. What would bring more of it into your heart and soul? Beautiful. And I'm going to leave it there, guys. Just wanted to do a little reading to see what energy is left for 2021, what would serve us to clear so that we can enter into the next portal in the best energy, with, your dreams on your mind. Your dreams on your mind. It feels very successful, not just in money, but also in love. Next year is a great year for love. But also, it's just an energy where I'm telling you, soulmates are going to come into your life, and it's like when you come up against a crossroad, it's like boom, a soulmate comes in and helps you move in the direction that best serves you next. You have so much energy of success on this table. And then I feel like as it relates to love, it's kind of like just like of control of that. I don't have to worry about it. Because as I expand my own soul, that's only going to bring an expanded soul to me, back to me. And that I can trust. I love you guys. I hope these readings are helping. I think they are. Sometimes we got to face some hard facts to, it's like until we face them, we kind of get stuck in it. But I feel like as we end the year of the 5, it's almost taking away our opportunity to, it's like make your choices, right? Make your decisions. Make that action. Don't make the universe make it for you. You have the opportunity to do it for yourself. Don't wait for those who are not giving you what you deserve, right? If they don't give you what you deserve, then know that someone out there will. And I know it's hard to believe, but I just know it. I just know it. So I wish you guys all the love and success that the rest of 2021 can bring you and all of 2022. I love you. I will see you next time at my table. Bye-bye.